What's up, guys? So I know I said I wouldn't be releasing a video this week, but the studio that made one of my favorite games ever just announced that they're going to be releasing a sequel in 2025. So I really should be doing laundry right now, but this came out and I really wanted to talk about it and put in my 2 cents. So in this PlayStation State of Play, the Ghost of Yotei was announced. So we're going to go over what little information that was given to us in that State of Play, and I'll put in my 2 cents where it seems fit. So let's jump into it. Earlier today in the PlayStation State of Play, Sucker Punch Games announced the sequel to the Ghost of Tsushima, the Ghost of Yotei. While the Ghost of Tsushima did not win any Game of the Year awards in 2020, many believe that it should have won over The Last of Us Part 2. For me, although I enjoyed The Last of Us Part 2, I feel like the Ghost of Tsushima was just a better game, and I know a lot of the community also felt this way as well. If you have not played Ghost of Tsushima, it was ported over to PC on May 16th of this year. It really is a fantastic game, so if you haven't played it yet, I definitely recommend that you do. We do not know much about the Ghost of Yotei other than that it's set 300 years after the events of the Ghost of Tsushima, and the protagonist is a female by the name of Atsu. The Ghost of Yotei takes place in 1604, which is about 40 years after the end of the Sengoku period, which ended in 1568. While I'm not a historian, I am somewhat of a history buff, and this timeline would be right about at the end of Oda Nobunaga's reign, which ended in 1582. This is an amazing timeline for the game to be set in because it would be at the end of one of the bloodiest eras in all of Japan's history. Oda Nobunaga, which is known as one of the 3 great unifiers of Japan, committed seppuku in 1582 after being betrayed unexpectedly by one of his vassals, Akechi Mitsuhide, who had ambushed and surrounded Nobunaga while he was visiting the Honnoji Temple in Kyoto. He was later avenged by one of his most trusted advisors, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, who would see Oda Nobunaga's dream of a unified Japan fulfilled. Tokugawa Ieyasu would later succeed Hideyoshi, who died from illness in 1598. The timeline of the game is set in 1604, which is 1 year after the establishment of the Tokugawa shogunate, which ruled over Japan for over 250 years. I'm not sure if we're going to really see any of this though, as Mount Yotei is located in Hokkaido, which is the northernmost prefecture of Japan, and a lot of the really important historical events happen in the Owari, the Mino, the Ise, and the Kyoto provinces. There's definitely a reason why Sucker Punch Games chose this specific timeline for the game, so I feel like it'd be a crime to not include some of these awesome historical figures. I glossed over quite a bit of the history leading up to when the game takes place, otherwise this video would be over an hour long. If you're interested in learning more about the timeline leading up to the Ghost of Yotei, there is a pretty good Netflix documentary called The Age of Samurai: Battle for Japan that covers this exact timeline. As far as Sucker Punch Games choosing to go with a female lead here, I know that some of the neckbeards are up in arms about this, but I don't necessarily think that this is a bad thing. I think it really just depends on how Sucker Punch goes about it. There's obviously a reason why they chose a female protagonist here, and hey, at least she's actually Japanese instead of, Tom Cruise. As long as Atsu isn't portrayed as a Mary Sue, then I think the story will be great. What's really cool is there's actually historical evidence of female assassins called Kinoichi, which worked alongside male ninjas and male spies. A lot of the time, the daimos would use geishas or maikos, or apprentice geishas, as spies or assassins, which may be how Atsu picks up the blade in the first place, as it wouldn't be very common for her to be a samurai, as it kind of looks like she is in the trailer, but it wouldn't be that uncommon for her to be an assassin. The game is set to come out in 2025, and it looks like it's going to be released solely for the PlayStation 5. I still have my PS4 collecting dust in my living room, so it might be the game that gets me to purchase a PS5. What are your thoughts on this game? Do you think it'll be any good? Do you think that Sucker Punch's choice of a female lead is a good choice? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please consider liking and subscribing. I make weekly content on various gaming topics like gaming news, build guides, things like that. Until next time, have a great day/night. See ya.